Hi, everyone. Welcome to our weekly chat about all things trekking in Nepal. I'm here with my colleague Dinesh Karki, and today what we're going to talk about is what you should be packing when you're coming to Nepal to trek. And sometimes, particularly for people, this is their first either trip to Nepal or their first long hike. Sometimes it can be a little bit daunting about trying to figure out how much will I need? What will I actually need? Will I have enough to keep me warm? What else do I need to bring besides clothes? So we will go through all of that shortly. But first, just a quick intro. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michelle Hill, and I'm a business and travel coach. Now, I first fell in love with Nepal when I visited in 2015, and I trekked Everest Base Camp. And I was a complete newbie. I'd never done a long hike before, and I thought I knew what I was getting myself in for, but in some ways, mentally and physically, it was a harder journey than what I anticipated. But the reward and the exhilaration at the end were absolutely worth it. And for me, the whole experience kickstarted um, a journey of personal development and self-awareness that I'm still on today. And as part of that, 2 years after I did Everest Base Camp, I came back and did Annapurna Circuit. Again, there's some quite difficult days on that trek, and I won't tell a lie. The day that we crossed the Rongla Pass, I was never so glad to get to the top as I was that day after doing what I felt like was the zombie walk for hours. Anyway, that it really for me has helped, I guess, change my mindset, transform the way I think about things, change my perspective. And it really, when you're in a place like the Himalayas and you actually understand how small you are and how big everything else is, it really helps to put things in perspective. And these are the sort of things that now I'm really passionate about sharing with other people, because I know myself how much just one simple small trek can actually change you as a person. Anyway, enough about me. Now I'm going to ask Dinesh to introduce himself and his company, Nature Explore Trek, and then we will dive into today's topic.
Thank you, Michelle. Good morning, everyone. From Nepal, I'm Dinesh Karki, a friend of Michelle, and I'm a trekking guide, or owner of Nature Explore Trek. Working long time in this sector, like since my early age. In the beginning, I am porter. I'm starting as a supporting the people bag in the mountain, carrying the bag, and spent like a half decade as a porter and been all around Nepal and learned so much things and introduced with many different countries, friends, foreigners. And then every single day I learn as my dream to be guide, and I promote like a certain guide. And also meantime I learn about cooking and providing the food for the people, especially when we don't get the tea houses in the remote area. And then also I spend my some time as assistant guide, because of before before you became a full guide, you have to learn so much things, so that's I would say complete I did, like in this that my journey. And then after almost more than decade I doing like some learning per period, I finally became the full guide, and then been guiding one of the toppest level trading companies in Kathmandu. So for been all around the world, Nepal, Tibet, Bhutan, and India with the groups. And yeah, it's like I would say very spend a long time as guiding, and since 2015 me and my colleague, my friend, who were working together from the beginning, we decided to run our own business. I mean that to aiming to with the aim providing different service in than in market. Like in our in our journey, we saw so many things that we can improve in our service. I mean, in this in tourism market, with this kind of aim, with big aim, we changed our job from guiding to the guiding plus running our own service. So then 2015 to now, we were almost a decade running in the market, facing so many different situations like earthquake in 2015, exactly same time when we started, and then COVID-19, it is for everyone, but we have a like more problem, I would say, because of no trackers for almost 2.5, 2 years in the beginning
Yeah.
of phase of your journey, and then after COVID, we are okay. We're really back in the market, and all the tourism is back, and people is starting coming. Now we are almost 9 years in this journey. We meet like more than hundreds of people from all around the world, and yeah, and overall we are very satisfied, very happy, and we have a lot of positive feelings and vibes in our heart that we got good feedback from our friends and families. Now we meet our customer as a guest in the beginning, and then when they go to home, they feel like a friend and a like friend, not anymore guest. So that's how
Mm.
we learn, and that how we doing. Well, overall, we're very happy, and I'm those who doesn't know, I'm Dinesh, and I already tell about me a little bit. So that's I want to tell now. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay. Now, as I mentioned at the start, today we want to focus on what should you bring with you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share screen because we do have an ebook that we have prepared. And what we'll do today is we'll just talk through the main highlights of this ebook, and then of course if you'd like a copy for yourself, there will be a link with this video so you can request a copy and download that. So everything we need to know for a safe and enjoyable adventure. Now, what I'm going to highlight here is the key thing when you're assessing any trek or any company that you want to work with in Nepal or trek with. Safety is the #1 priority. And if you get that under control and that correct, then everything else should fall into place. So I'm not going to read out the introduction. You can read that yourself. So the key areas that we're going to cover today are footwear essentials, your clothing, what sort of equipment you should bring, the type of things you should have in your first aid kit, and health precautions, and personal hygiene and any extras. Now, I'll just jump back to first aid, and what you should always remember is you need to have your own first aid kit, because the reason for this is if you are relying on getting things from someone else or perhaps from the guide, or you think, oh, it'll be okay, someone will have this. Now, someone might, but also if something has already happened and they've used that particular part of their first aid kit, and then you need something and you don't have it, then the onus is back on you to make sure that you keep yourself safe. And I just really wanted to highlight, because sometimes you kind of like, and I was guilty of the same thing, thinking, oh my God, why do I have to bring all of this stuff? Like, I'm never going to need it all, but the point is it's there if you do need it. Anyway, I'm going to hand over to somebody who knows a little bit more than me. So Dinesh, can you just talk through what type of footwear that you recommend people bring with them?
Thank you for the question. So for the footwear, well, definitely as you're going to the mountains, we need a good comfortable boots. So which will cover your ankles, like below the from the ankles to down. So that means like as you are walking into the mountain and different trains and landscapes, it might be walking up and downs and stones, like so it will a lot of protects your. It's the best way to protect is your. The boot is the main things to success your trek without any problem in your feet. And then you need a warm socks, like one comfortable. I mean, like you need two types of socks, one for thin light for beginning of trek, and another heavy warm socks for the high section of the trek. So that is the more important. And also it depends where you go trekking, right? For example, if you only do the small trekking, like just 3-4 days trekking from close to the cities like Kathmandu or Pokhara, anything you just go for. Even the normal trekking boots will be also fine, and the normal trekking socks will be fine. But same if you go the Everest base camp or any high passes or remote area of Nepal for trekking, then you need definitely strong boots and the pairs of extra warm socks, and of course, uh, you will before you use them, you have to test them and then walk a little bit, and you can also make a little hike in your hometown. That will feel better, because if you buy new shoes and just take them to the direct to the on the road on your trail, might be sometime giving problem, so you need to change on it. And there is in the mountain there is no option to change the boot. So you have to walk with local boots, local shoes, like Nepalese local shoes is like very simple. So it will be, it's better you fix it. That's what I'm trying to tell. Yeah.
And then what about for after the trekking in the tea house?
Pardon? Could you tell me one?
What about after the day's trekking when you're in the tea house? What should you bring to wear in the evening?
Evening, okay. Evening. Normally, if you can also get some flip flops at tea house also. At the moment, the modern tea house, they prepare so many things, especially in the closest short trekking area, not in the higher and remote place. And also, it's better to take your own sandals or sports shoes. Like like especially when you're walking long day and then get to the tea house, you might feel like a little bit sweaty or smelly, and then of course you want to change your boots to the small shoes. So it's better if you have extra shoes with you, then it keeps warm all the time your feet. So extra sports shoes or light shoes is very recommended.
Okay, cool. All right, so there's quite a bit more information that you can read in the ebook about the type of books and what boots. I'm sorry, Why would you be wearing books? So you can read that in the ebook. Now let's talk about clothing. So for this example, let's assume that we're doing a trek to Everest Base Camp. All right, so we've listed out the whole thing there. So do you want to just quickly go through that list?
Yes. Can you a little bit zoom in?
Hang on. Is that better?
Okay, yeah, that's perfect now. Yes. So we can see the first down jacket or Gore-Tex. It is especially for the cold weather and the higher section of the trekking. Down jackets need very warm 100% down jackets, because of you can in the market you can see so many different down jackets, but some are very light down jackets might not enough in the high cold place. So the down jacket you will wear especially when you reach at the camp and morning and evening. But while you walking during the day, you don't need to wear a down jacket. You cannot, because of it will very hot with walking temperature. So it not mix. And then so this is very important in your packing list. Okay. So next
Yeah.
we can see light wind waterproof jacket. That means this wind waterproof jacket is very useful, especially when you're walking or during a day. So you instead of not able to walk wearing the big jacket, so light jacket you will wear more because
Mm,
of it's more light and suitable with walking. Okay.
yeah.
So then you can see long sleeve t-shirts. That's very important because of course, you're close to the big mountain, glaciers, sun shining can be burn your feet or hands. So if you have a
Yeah.
long t-shirts can protect your skin, and the t-shirt, if it is the sweat dry t-shirt like this type of t-shirts, it
Yeah.
might be more easier for you to because of it they dry quickly. Yeah. So you can also see a pair of lightweight trousers. So these are very important. Uh, when you walking in beginning of trekking, you can use the light one, even shorts, as we are starting our trekking from the lower section of the area or altitude, very less altitude, we won't feel cold. And then when you go to the higher section of the trek, even close to your destinations, you might feel more cold. So that means you need another warmer trouser with maybe inside the nylon one, like the more warmer gives the more warmer.
Yeah.
So that's very important. And we can see another one pair of shorts. That means if you have one, that will be fine. Okay, the shorts we will use for in the beginning of trekking.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then next we can see fleece warmer sweater. This is also very important. The sweaters especially use it when we go to hiking, especially in the viewpoint, or like
Mm,
when we feel warmer with jackets, then we cannot wear the jackets and we can wear the sweaters which cover maybe your neck, and long sweats,
yeah.
long like long sweaters would be very useful. So now we can go to the pairs of t-shirts suitable for casual wear. Yeah, lying any like any weather or any timing. So this will
Mm,
be very important. So you can also see the wet socks. Yes, this is very
yeah.
important. As I already told, you need
Yeah.
two types of socks: light socks in beginning of trekking, and then heavy socks, heavy warmer socks for last part of the trek. You might need to wear two socks, two pairs of
Mm,
socks when you are, especially when you feel cold in the last part of your trek. I mean, like the higher part of your trek in the
yeah.
highlighted day of the trip.
Well,
Anyway,
I
so,
must say I generally wear two pairs of socks when I'm trekking.
mhm.
A thin light sock and then the thicker wool socks. And the last trek I did, I the inner socks, the light socks, I got the Injinji socks, which are the individual toes. And that was more for blister prevention than anything else. And I did 14 days in Australia out at Larapinta Trail, and I didn't get any blisters at all, which was a bonus.
Wow. Uh-huh. Sounds great.
Yeah.
And
Um,
then, mhm. Yeah,
keep going.
you want
Yeah.
to say something?
No, no, I'm done. I'm done.
Mhm. Okay, so we can still see here sweaters, light sweater, because of, yeah, as we have talked already, it should be the same.
Yeah.
So I pairs of socks sweaters would be nice. So because of, if one is dirt, then you can change another one, because in the mountain we don't have a lot of chances to uh laundry or washing them. So pairs is always options. So if one is dirt, then you can a good dirt or smell from your sweat, so you can change all it. And yeah, this is very important. And we can also see the underwear, thermal, like this is very important. Thermal is always important because of, especially inside your body, it's always stay and keep warmer.
Mm,
So yeah, that's we can see. Yeah, including thermals provide I did layer warmer while in the
yeah.
regular underwear. Yeah, underwear. It's very important. Maybe take maybe several underwear. Maybe you don't take a chance to take a shower every place, but you can change it to your clothes. And then
Yeah.
the swimming dress is also important, especially in the Annapurna region and other region, but not for the Everest because there is no swimming hot spring or anything in the Everest.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we can see the next part, warmer hat. This is very important. The beanie which cover your like this above
Yep.
the, including your
Yep.
ear, and gloves is very important. I would say take two gloves, two types of gloves. One is very thin, light, which is when you're walking with stick, it's always small, light,
Yep.
So they will use it, and then another pair you need for waterproof or windproof. Especially these we're gonna use at the end of the part of the cold place, part of the cold section of your trip. Like
Yeah.
when we're going to hiking in the viewpoint, or when you wake up very early in the morning and go to for photo picture for outside of the tea house. So it's always used. So two types of gloves is very important for your successful trip.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we can also see, yes, gloves. Yeah.
Sunglasses, sun hat, and
Yeah.
sun.
Sunglasses.
Yeah.
Sunglasses is very important because of as we walking in the sun and the ice, the reflections make you more prone. And for your
I actually got glasses that came like not quite wrap around, but covered around the side as well to try and stop the glare.
yeah, you needed that. So
Mm.
sunglasses and sunscreen is very important. I saw this plus 50 is better.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can also buy them in Kathmandu if you don't have chance to buy in your hometown.
All right. So
Yeah.
any of this gear that we've talked about, when you do the check before the trek starts with your clients, if we feel like they have left something behind or didn't bring something that we know that they're going to need, like all of this we can purchase in Kathmandu. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
everything you can purchase in Kathmandu.
yeah. So use this as a guide, but when you get to Kathmandu ready to start your trek, when you do your equipment review with your guide, whether you're coming with us or you've chosen someone else, make sure that you have at least this as a minimum. And if you're concerned or you think that you're going to need something else, get them to help you purchase what you need in Tamil.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so must have equipment. I'm just going to, can you see that?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
Again, this is very important, like sleeping bag. Sleeping bag, I suggest two types of sleeping bag. If you are going to the longer trekking in the remote area and like in Everest Base Camp or high passes or Kanchenjunga, Makalu, Manaslu, so you need -20 sleeping bag, of course.
Right.
But if you are just doing like small trek, like 3-4 days trek, then you don't need like -20. The -10 will be enough.
Yeah.
Or if you feel in case cold at the midnight, you can also use the extra blanket on top of your sleeping bag, which provided from tea house.
Yeah.
So higher trek and longer trek, you need -20, and for shorter trek, for a small trek, take -10 or small sleeping bag. That will be fine for you. And you can see the inner sleeping seat. This is very important. That means it is not a necessary, not compulsory, but for your hygiene, for protect. So if you have your own inner sleeping seat, you can cover your things. The blankets from tea house might use it other hundreds of people before you reach that.
Yeah.
So this is very useful. And then the sleeping bag you can also hire in Kathmandu if you don't have already and you don't have time to buy or any problem or any confusion for that. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And head torch, it is very important. This is the necessary, you have to have it. The head torch we use especially when we go to see the sunrise.
Yeah.
sunrise view in the mountain, you know. The sun
Mm,
is rise, or everyone knows in the morning before the
mm,
day start, right? So forecast the right time and right moment. We have to be on the time. So that means when we started our hike very early in the morning, we need our head torch to see the path.
yeah.
So the head torch
And
is
can
very
I just
important.
can I just add something here too, about the spare batteries? And for people who are not used to high altitude or very cold weather, your batteries will drain a lot quicker in the cold. So make sure you bring spare batteries, but also keep your batteries as warm as possible. I slept with my phone and my camera and my spare batteries in my sleeping bag to
Mhm.
try and help with stopping the batteries draining out.
Yes.
Mm. Now, so some of the other things there, the spare plastic bags.
Yeah, we can see
Um,
the water bottles. So this is
mm,
also very important. Water
mm,
bottle, I would say, bring the one which keeps a little warmer water, like
yeah.
thermos types, So if you in case when you reach in the higher section of the trek, maybe you want to drink warmer water instead of cold. So this is
Okay.
very important. You can also buy these things in Kathmandu also. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and hiking poles.
Yeah.
Sorry, hiking poles. We can see the hiking poles. This is very important, especially when you're going down. These are help for your knees to make more comfortable. If you don't use them, you can folding them small, making small, and then keep inside of the bag.
Mm,
So it's always useful. So in my experience, most of the trekkers use walking poles, which is give them a lot of comfortable and safe. So
yes. Yeah.
you can also take from your hometown or buy them in Kathmandu also.
Yeah. Yeah. For me personally, I bought my walking poles in Kathmandu,
Mhm.
and I just replaced them last year. So they've done me well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what else do we have after? So, if you want to read more about walking poles, there's more in the ebook there. Now, first aid kit and health
Mhm.
precautions.
Yeah. This is very important. The first aid kit. Normally, your guide also have a first aid kit bag, the basic first aid kit bag. But as we are not authority to give the whole medicines to you, as we are just preventing you as a primary things.
Yeah.
So if you have your own first aid kit, you know better because you can also consult to your doctor before you start your trip. So accordingly, you can make travel like a basic kit bag. So
Yeah.
which will give you the more confidence, and you, in emergency you can also use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. We can see here muskin or blister. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the 80% trekkers, almost 80% people get blister because of their boots. So that's I told you in the beginning of our talking. The boots are very important.
Yeah.
So the reason why I asked you is you taste it before you go to the mountain. At least one day you will just go to small hike. If they are new, I mean, like if you are using them from long time, you don't need because they already know you will be familiar with the peers, right?
Yeah.
So if you have comfortable boots, you don't get a blister, no worries.
Mm.
So, but in case, as you walking in the mountains, up and downs, jumping a little bit, not dancing like in the rocks, so it might be chance to get some blisters. So it's
It does.
better to have some blister masking tapes with you.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, we can also see hiker wolves. Yeah, so this is why how I talk. Just it's better to have in your kit bags. Yeah,
Yeah.
personal meditation, like vitamin or anything that you using, or if you are using from long time, any special medicines that you might not get in Kathmandu, so better to prepare
Yeah.
in your kit bag. So yeah, this is called personal, and then we can also see the high altitude medicine here. These called Dimex. So Dimex we can also provide in our kit bag. We have one kit bag, as a
Yeah.
guiding, it will provide. But if you have any different your own taste or any you having using, you can also take.
Yeah.
So anything is possible. What Dimox is the medicines for altitude.
Yeah.
So
That's what I
yeah.
took.
Mhm.
Now, what else? What have we got? Just some last minute
Swimming
I
costumes. Yeah,
yeah.
you can see the swimming costume here.
Yeah.
Swimming costume, I already told, like for the upper season, no need. Only you need for the Annapurna reason. Because in the Annapurna, there is so many hot spots. So you can
Yeah.
enjoy it. You can go to small swimming, like
I'm
here. Yeah.
just scrolling up so we can see the picture.
Yeah. That's like how it works
Yeah.
in the group. Yeah. There's not no big pools, but people enjoying. It's
Yes.
different. It's the natural hot spring. The
Yeah.
waters come naturally. It's like almost 70, 80 degree. It's hot. So, but it is medicine. So when you doing the
Yes.
hard work to get the mountain and coming down, you might feel tired. Your body, your joining part can be pain, like especially the knees. So when you have that kind of medicine to swimming and then putting like staying into the water like half an hour, you will feel lots of better. You will relieve, your body will be relieved. So
Yeah.
you'll feel like much better. Definitely tonight you have a good sleep.
Yeah. And I was just going to say for the medium-sized towel, I took one of those quick dry towels. And yeah, it wasn't the biggest towel, but for the amount of times that we were able to have a shower, it was
Mhm.
quite good.
It is. It's very important.
Yeah. Now, is there anything else in particular you wanted to mention on this area? I mean, the rest
Uh,
of it's all pretty straightforward.
yeah, not. I don't think so. So we
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
right covered.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's me.
Yeah, you are there. You made it. 5,364 meters. The
I
Everest
did.
base camp,
Did.
which is everyone have a bucket list to get like this picture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing now. So
yeah,
thank you for going through all of that, Dinesh. And
yeah.
for anybody who's watching the replay, if you would like a copy of our packing guide so you can go through it and read the bits that we just kind of glossed over and refer to it as you're getting ready, please comment below the video and we will get in touch. Also, if you have specific questions and you are not sure what to pack or how to pack or what's going to happen when you get to Kathmandu, all you have to do is get in touch with us. There'll be a link with this video, but essentially go to the natureexploretrek.com website and go to the contact page, click on there, and we will get an email and we'll get in touch. And Dinesh and I are always happy if you would like to organize your own chat specifically for what your plans are, what your dream is. Because let's face it, if your dream is to come to Nepal and trek to Everest Base Camp, you want to make sure that you do everything possible to make that dream come true. And you might talk to us and decide you don't want to come with us, you want to go with someone else, or you have friends who are going with someone else. That's perfectly okay. Our goal is to make sure that people are well informed, and when they turn up in Kathmandu, they're not thinking like, OMG, what have I got myself in for? I didn't realize this. So keep that in mind, and remember, as always, no question is silly or too small to address. So thanks
Mhm.
very much for watching, and we will be back again next week, and we will be talking about, again, trekking in Nepal. I'm not sure what next week's topic is going to be yet, but we will find something. So I'm just going to say namaste for now, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Dinesh?
Yeah. See you next week. Bye.